Hello, I'm the Hypno Ninja and this is a little review of the gear4music DD90 digipad sampler. These, the old Roland classic SPD-S, the sampling edition. You know, it's got all the inputs, all the outputs, yeah. So, basically, the reason why I've upgraded to the gear4music one is because I done did smash the screen. You see that? I done did whack it hard. And you can see I've whacked the screen up here quite a few times. And yeah, basically it made it so this was frozen because I couldn't edit anything because the screen's broken. But I had a load of wicked samples on it and I'd set it up, so I was still using it for ages. Even with a broken screen, it was still usable. But it's, yeah. So this is the review. So I've had the DD90 for a couple of days now, and I've been loading samples onto it and going through the software. Software is only compatible with OS X 10.10.13 and above, so that's a little bit annoying, obviously, because I had to use a different computer. The Polyphony on the DD this one is better. The DD's got like a polyphony of like 30 notes. This has got a polyphony of like, I think it's 8 or 16 or something like that. But basically, if you're doing 16s on there and you've got like a slightly longer sample, you can be like doing a sample, then hit a crash or a cymbal or something, and then go back to 16s, and you can cut that one off. Which sometimes sounds cool, is sometimes like kind of like a little bit, but basically, yeah. The DD beats it for polyphony. For samples, for accessing the samples and like using the samples, yeah, well, check it out. It's a much bigger screen, yeah, compared to this thing screen, which is tiny in comparison. But this has some advantages still over this one in terms of power, because Roland really thought this one through. One, on this one, you can edit the sample start and end time. On this one, you can't edit the sample start and end time. You can only edit the volume, which is just sort your samples out beforehand. But a little bit irritating, because on this, it meant I had a little bit more creativity when I was sampling stuff in. I could again cut it up on here. With this, not so much. Other advantage with this compared to this one only had 2 trigger ins and a foot pedal and a hi-hat control. This one's got 4 trigger ins, so I've got my 2 bass drums on separate inputs, whereas on this one I had my 2 bass drums on the same input, which wasn't that bad, you know what I mean? Because I've pretty much got the same sample on both at the moment. It means I can actually have, but the advantage on this one over this one is my snare drum can be 2 zone now, which is a little bit more of an advantage of this bad boy over this bad boy. So if you're thinking about upgrading, there's that. But yeah, it's much of a muchness on that one. The other advantage over this one is you got a volume on the front and you got an effects control on the front, which is really useful. This bad boy, you don't have an effects control on the front, and this volume is only for headphones. Doesn't affect the main output, which is a little bit annoying, because then I use this in combination with this, so then I turn down the volume of this and then just have like, then I turn up these and then have and such forth. You know what I mean? I'd be like, wow, is volume up on this bad boy? No, never mind. So that's what's going on with that. The other thing I like over this one compared to this one, the editing screen's a lot bigger and it's a lot faster to move through compared to this one, which is like half a stick of gum. So, but it's backlit and it was bright and all the rest of it. This one has got less shift button kind of pushes. There is, to get into your sample mode, you hold down select and OK, and then you get to samples and you can load samples. You probably can't see that, but yeah, this isn't a demo about loading samples. This is about that comparison with these two amazing machines, because both They're very similar in kind of actually how you end up playing them, but you know, one has slight advantages over the other in terms of editing capability. So basically, this one wins in editing, this one wins in polyphony. So that's my summary, which is why this one wins, because when you're actually playing, polyphony is actually what you care about. You know what I mean? I want to be able to have, say for instance, you know, a big thing on that, and then this one, say for instance, let's go kit, let's go wave. Say for instance, I want a on that one now, so I can be like. So yeah, it's a good kit for that kind of, you know, be able to quickly go through stuff. Yeah. Because I use my right foot for kind of. So you can see this one's a lot of fun for that kind of stuff, because I can get a lot more polyphony, therefore my limbs kind of can express more, because this one literally hasn't got as many trigger inputs, so you can't do what I've just done on this kit, which is why this one kind of wins. This one for sampling is so much better. So I think I'm gonna have to fix this screen, and then I'm gonna upgrade. I'm gonna cut a piece of plastic, big thick piece of perspex, and put it over that one. And also trying to learn my lesson, I'm gonna do the same thing for this one, cut a big piece of perspex out for that. If someone wants to laser cut one for me, I'd love you forever and ever and ever. Yeah, Hit Ninja out.